Hey, getting excited. We're about to go live with Travone Edwards. You guys may or may not have heard of him, but he is a champion bodybuilder who has really just stepped out on his path, and he has made such an impact in my life, and I know so many other lives. So I'm just really, really excited to get started, to go live with him. Travone, I'm going to add you into the stream right now.
Oh
Hey,
my goodness.
Travone, how's it going? How are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you. One moment, please.
All right. We're starting just a couple minutes early, but it's because I'm so excited. Like, this is Travone Edwards, y'all. He has such a powerhouse in the fitness industry. And I had the luxury of working with him as a client, as a personal trainer. And I really, really, really wish he would think about moving to Sedona, because I need a personal trainer, especially after the COVID-20. Travone. Okay, I'm making sure we're all up and ready and going. Yeah, we're good. We're up. Yay. Travone, how have you been?
Okay, awesome. Yes, I am making an adjustment in my location right now. So.
Okay, that's all right. Adjust all you want. I'm going to keep just giving a little bit of background about you because, Travone is somebody who helped me really on my path find, my soul tribe at a time when I felt a little bit lonely, moving to LA and, feeling like I really had a soul purpose, but I wasn't sure, where my people were. And Travone was someone who I met, and we just really, we really connected. And, he was like, I remember you were like something like, hey, have you ever gone to Agape, or have you ever heard of Michael Beckwith? And I was at that time like watching Oprah. Okay, like the Oprah show where she had interviewed Michael Beckwith. Oh, it was Soul Family, Soul Sunday, Super Soul Sundays. That's what it's called. And she had interviewed Michael Beckwith, and I thought, oh my gosh, I need to find out like more about this guy because he's so powerful. And you were like in the zone and like hooked me up. So here, I'm going to move this widget off of your face here. There we go. And let's get this text off of the screen. There you go. How have you been, Travone?
Awesome. Thank you. I've been wonderful. Thank you. As I got readjusted, my environment I was in was a little bit more, it wasn't as still as I would like it to be.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I know how that is.
So, but now I've been amazing. Man, life is good. Grateful to be here. Yeah. Grateful for another day of life and just an opportunity to just share and talk about things that could definitely be of value for someone on the journey to wellness.
Well, how about, if it's okay with you, maybe I'll just set the space and we'll just maybe close our eyes and
yes,
allow everyone who's tuning in with us just to take a deep breath and sinking into yourself, coming into your body, following your breath inward, releasing all the stress of the day, all the stress of the Monday, out with your exhale, taking in more light with every inhale, and just surrounding this space with light, with our guides, with protection, and just really making the intention that this message reaches whoever it's intended for. And just sending out so much love and surrounding us in love. So be it, so it is. Travone, yes. You have had such an amazing journey. I mean, I just think about, when did we meet? Like 2015 or 16, was it?
Yeah, it's like 2000, yeah, 2015, 16. Yep.
And I just, for anyone out there watching, and I know there's going to be people watching this on the replay for sure, but anyone out there watching who wants to know, like, I mean, I hate to call you the best trainer. I'll say one of the best, just like, seriously, like you were able to take me from just like a real plateau into my next level. And what you used that I thought was so powerful was mindset.
Yes.
I mean, and you were like the first coach I'd ever or trainer I'd ever worked with who didn't tell me I needed to eat meat. Like everyone was like, Rainey, you've got, So like, just, will you give us a little bit of background about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So, I went college. My undergraduate was in kinesiology, which is the study of human movement in the body. And at that time, I thought I wanted to go and to be like an athletic trainer or something of that nature, or even quote unquote an orthopedic surgeon, right? As an
Right.
end goal. That's what I thought at the time, because that's just what was paying the money, and that was sports related. So as I moved on to the journey, I got my first job working at a major hospital, UCLA Hospital, and I worked in the field of cardiology, and I was doing EKG, something I learned how to do in kinesiology. And a little did I know that experience would like alter my life forever.
Wow.
And in that experience, I started taking on pre-med studies, and I completed the whole pre-med curriculum. And at the end of it all, I said, wait, I don't know if this is what I want to do anymore.
Wait a second.
And
My
so,
soul's saying something
and
else,
well,
right?
something else, yeah, something that powerful. What I was seeing was that I was basically the reactive. I was on the reactive side of wellness and healthcare. So I was someone bringing usually the the unfortunate news,
Yeah.
um, and with that, there was no plan for wellness or healing or recovery. It was just the plan was how can we just numb the symptoms? And I got that just didn't sit with me well.
Yeah.
And so one day I asked one of the physicians who I was very close with. I was like, hey, I've seen thousands come in through here, and you know, I've seen like literally like grandmother, mother, and daughter all have the same conditions.
Mm.
And I was like, is there anything in place that can just educate them, since over 85 to 90, over 90% of these conditions are related to, what they're putting in their mouth and what they're thinking,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And they were like, he looked at me like, oh, you naive child. And he was like, yeah, he was like, no, that's not really how it works here. We just prescribe the medicine and we go on.
Wow.
And I was like, well, we can just have a conversation with them, and I can alter the course of their life and their future generations.
Wow.
And through a small educational setting, classroom, things of that nature. And they're just like, nope. And then I was just like,
We were like, no,
wow,
I
well,
don't
why
think
don't
to
we?
do that.
Yeah, it's like, why don't we get on the proactive side so they don't have to come here?
Yeah.
However, I found out that wasn't the design of Western medicine, and I wanted
Mm.
to be on the proactive side so I can educate and empower people so they can live freed up and live empowered and live their best life. Because I know, at the end of the day, it's all about our health, and our health is our true wealth. So that brought me here, and I got
Our
on the
health is
practice
our
side.
true wealth. That is beautiful, Travone. I love that.
Yeah. So then I got on the practice side, and I started to learn things about mindset coaching. I worked on. I became very adamant about nutrition. I went deep diving on nutrition,
Mm.
and through this whole experience, I also had a deeper spiritual awakening. And so, because it all comes back to the self,
Yeah.
and here I am now, um, connecting with some of the top leaders of our world, of the space.
Uh-oh, we lost Trayvon. He'll be back. He's coming back. But while while we're getting him back, I'm gonna show off for him. I mean, this is Travone winning the championship. Like, look what he did with his body. Isn't that amazing? And he did that as a vegan. Like, that's crazy. Okay, he's back. So I'm gonna quit bragging on him and I'll get him back in the stream.
Exception.
You're back, but I was able to show off like your bodybuilding picture, and because few people in life ever get to that place. Like people will get in shape, but you've reached a level of like total mastery over the physical body. Like that's pretty powerful. What does that feel like? Uh-oh, you're frozen. Come back, Travone. He's coming back. But while he's coming back, it allows me.
Goodness.
Oh, there you are. Okay. I was like, come back. I'm gonna start bragging on you again. Look at the beautiful sky there in California. Look at that blue sky. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And your beard's new. I have to say, I'm liking that beard, Travone. Okay,
I apologize for some of the challenges with reception. It's interesting today.
Okay.
But I will say, no, it's been a journey within. All of it's been a journey within. I discovered, it was one day I had an epiphany, when I really started learning about nutrition.
Yeah.
I would look at this food pyramid that we've been given as Americans, and I said, okay, so we know that if we says that we should have like ham, bacon, eggs, toast, jelly for breakfast,
right,
and pancakes and orange juice, I said all those foods are starches.
Yeah.
Those things are lactose, which cause mucus, which cause inflammation, which cause brain fog.
Yeah.
And you have the orange juice, I said, and which spikes blood sugar. I said none of that supports wellness. So I say, oh wait, who said we should have these things? Who said that?
Right.
And has that ever been interviewed or evaluated? Who said this?
Yeah.
And so I said, well, if I discover foods that support wellness, then why are we having these things for breakfast? And then people like, oh, fruit for breakfast or quinoa for breakfast. Like, is that a breakfast food? And I was like, who said it isn't?
You got to question everything. That's right.
And so when I started to do that, a whole new world opened up. And then I had an awakening in my consciousness because I discovered there's information in food and there's intelligence in there. And I said, oh, man. And I just started all of a sudden just having all these downloads every day. And I was like, wow. And I just knew, with like certainty, like do this, do that. That doesn't make sense. I started getting really connected with food where I can literally look at it and feel it. And I just be like, my body be like, no, that doesn't serve you. Huh?
Okay.
So
I want to pause here because that's really profound what you're saying, Travone. Like, because everyone who's heard like Dr. Emoto, and that water has like, beautiful words create beautiful crystals in water. Well, fruit and natural food has natural water in it. And that water is crystallized and structured with a message that it's bringing your body, and you are able to like read that message or hear it or something, right? Feel it.
Yes, completely. And you got to think about that. Like, that's grown with the harmony and frequency of nature, right? Of like the birds singing and the butterflies flapping and the bees buzzing, which are all here to support us. This is all part of the divine frequency. So once all those things start to, the food has this frequency of earth, nature, then our body returns to a natural state, which is to thrive, which is to be energetic, which is wellness, which is perfection. And so when we consume the things that like God made, then we return to the frequency of that God-like nature versus the man-made phenomenon, which is usually secondary.
Well, yeah. And I mean, like something made in a factory or in a dark room or with chemicals, like that is not going to serve us energetically. I don't care what vitamins you put in it, you know?
No, yeah, it's processed and it's synthetic. So there can only be, if anything that you try to duplicate from the original, how can it be as powerful? You get what I'm saying? It's not the true authentic source. You get
Right.
it, which can only be one. And
Right.
so it's trying to duplicate something that's superior. I mean, so to speak.
Well, and like one of our viewers says, Nikki Moondog, hello, vegan foods vibrate high. And it's true, right? If they just vibrate higher.
Right. Well, the thing is, right, something really powerful that I've noticed in this is like, so when you eat in these higher frequency foods, right, then you start to have thoughts that are in those realms. And so lower frequency foods, there's a whole nother world of thoughts that come with those. And so if you look at some things like certain neighborhoods and certain places, even in like suppose a city like Los Angeles, areas where there seems to be the most poverty mindset, most challenges with health, sickness, crime. In those areas, it's ridden. There's a desert of vegetables and for fruits, and that area is abundant in processed foods, fast foods, alcohol, and things of that nature. And it's very contrasting. And if you go in other areas that have more, there's easier access to whole foods and fresh foods and things of that nature. There's just a different frequency in the nature of the beings there. There's lower crime rates. There's more affluence. There's more prosperity. And so these things are not coincidental, even though they may appear that way.
That's so brilliant. I love it. I mean, because it's like, your thoughts come to you not from necessarily just your own mind. They come from outside. They come from the things you eat, the things you drink. Now you're big on mindset, Travone. Like, I mean, how did that adjust your mindset, eating those high frequency foods? I mean, it obviously helped you awaken.
Oh, yeah, huge, because I mean, those foods hold the information. And so I started realizing when I would eat those foods, I had more clarity. I realized my mood was more consistent. And I realized with other foods, with the sugars and the flours, they cloud your thinking. There's a lot of sugar in those things, and it would cause my blood sugar to spike and crash. Then I'm now grumpy, I'm irritable, and I'm like, hey, what's going on here? And so you literally, when you start to eat these fruits and vegetables and these foods, you just literally have this natural sense of joy. And there's a connection between the gut and the brain.
Right.
There's a connection with the gut and brain. And so when you eat these foods that are of nature, then you have a release of more serotonin, which is the experience of like well-being and feeling good. And so that's when I was like, oh, I want to feel like this all the time. And
well,
so
I remember you telling me a story about like one, I mean, because you're so consistent. So this was a long time ago, but it was like one night you were like, man, I'm really craving cookies and stuff or whatever. And you ate.
You remember that?
Never. And the next day you were like, I felt so awful. I'm never going to do it again.
Yeah, well, so that's a great question. So when I remember I was going about, my day, my life. But for that point example, I remember I had this little, kind of there's a sadness that was there.
Yeah.
And I was going about my day and focusing on positive and journaling, things of that nature. And then I got to the end of my day, and then I was noticing my brain was like, go get this, go do that. The brain is very clever. It goes to, whatever vices you have or forms of escapism is usually going to trigger those things to
make you feel better.
Go consume to numb or pacify, that emotion. And at that time, I just was like, I would rather escape than deal. And so I went and I ate these chocolate cookies, and I just kind of going at one after another. And it's like sugar begets more sugar. And as I ate that, it was a very fleeting experience. But then like later I realized like how bloated it was. I had a tummy ache. And then I seen myself in the mirror later. And then I was like, what did you do? Why did you do this to yourself? And the realization I had right there when I really got silent was, you were just trying to medicate, huh? You were
Yeah.
just trying to numb, and you didn't like want to deal. And like, that was my version at that time through the space I was in, a way that I was trying to really like love myself, just kind of medicating the pain.
Right.
And that wasn't, however, that way didn't serve my highest good.
No, it did not. But sometimes, I mean, and that's an important point. Like, even you, this amazing champion bodybuilder, like, even you fell back and ate cookies one night, you know? Like, I think a lot of people feel like they can't relate to like being so consistently good, like a bodybuilder. You know what I mean? So do you have any advice for people out there? Like, what could be like one or two things that they might be able to adjust in their life that could help them start, you know, feeling better if they're not able to do everything?
Yeah, well, the first thing I would say definitely is, you know, I've had this philosophy I created, which is you want to create the conditions to win.
Mm.
And well, how do you do that, Travone? Right? And so you want to surround yourself with foods that support your well-being.
Mm.
So if I know that at the end of the day, and if I'm committed to feeling well, and I'm committed to winning, then why play the game of sabotage and put those things in my environment?
That's
Because now I'm in a battle with temptation and all those things, and it just usually doesn't go too well. So number one, I don't bring those things in my house, right?
right,
That's first,
right.
because I'm committed to winning. It's like you got to really get like, okay, I'm really want to do this, and so I surround myself with those foods, and so that's really important. And then you have to really get clear on what's your intentions, like, you know,
Mm.
and because when we're not clear on our intentions, then we don't take intentional actions. And you have to
That's good.
always be creating a new goal for yourself. Like, what's my goal? Because if you're not up to nothing, what you eat doesn't matter. If you're just sitting
Right.
around the house, it's okay to eat pizzas all day because you're not up to anything. But when you are up to something, you need to be fit to serve. You need energy. You need clarity. You get it? So when you're committed to like serving to the people, like I discovered in my journey, it's imperative. If I want to do it with integrity, I need energy. I
Yeah,
need clarity. I need to be in the highest frequency possible because
absolutely.
I want to give the highest possible value. I want to, you know, be in a space where I can only give my highest. And so that's part of the deal of the agreement.
Well, like, are
And when
there
I create the conditions for that, then that's what comes forth.
that's a really important point, everyone. Like, create the conditions for your success. Like, that's a no-brainer. And yet, what do? We self-sabotage by the stuff we have in our own pantries. So that's huge, you know?
Yeah, I tell my clients, I say, hey, throw it all away. The money's already spent. So don't let it cause more damage and keep it in your house and
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
subjecting yourself to that. Like, hey, you know what? I did that. I got it. I have this awareness now, and I'm releasing that from my life.
What do you like? Are there any foods that you go to that are like your high vibrational foods? Like, is it celery? Like, is there something that are some of your go-to?
Oh wow. You know, there are certain foods that support with certain things. I mean, I'm definitely a fan of kale, one of
I
my
know it.
favorites. I definitely kale. Love spirulina.
Mhm.
I love bees. I love dandelion. Oh my goodness, that is
Ooh.
very alkaline. Oh my goodness, yes. So
You take
I'm
pills,
def
you eat it.
no, eat it like the dandelion, the plant, the leaf.
Oh,
And
wow.
then, oh yes, very high freak. Oh my goodness, yes, super
Wow.
alkaline.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, the leaves have their effect too, like for cleansing the liver and the kidney for dandelion teas. But the dandelion actually has a leaf. You can find it at many Whole Food grocers.
Okay.
But yeah, everything from chard to Yeah, to bok choy, to all the super dark greens, my favorite, to really support me in cleansing. Ginger and lemon. Oh, yes, those are good ones too. Lime is even better. Super
Ooh.
alkaline. Yes.
Yeah.
So I get a daily dose of those every day.
Well,
Yes.
Whole Foods has like the green lemonade juice. I don't know if
Oh
you.
yes, that's a good one.
I add
One
ginger.
of my favorites.
Yeah, that's a good one. Well, do you drink a green juice pretty much every day?
Yes, every day.
Yeah.
hmm
What?
I had this huge. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be in my book. So earlier this year, I did a 43-day juice fast.
No,
Yes,
you did
43 days.
not. Okay.
um,
Whoa. What was that
yes.
like?
Words can't. I mean, it's a challenge for words to encapsulate the journey.
Yeah.
Um, just say the greatest awakening probably of your life.
Really?
No, because well, it's in the journey of immense healing. Um, if you think about things that Plato said, like the fasting is for just the clearing of the mind and to become more available.
Yeah.
And think about like Reverend Beckwith says, the best ability is availability. And so,
Love that.
um, yeah, and
Yeah.
AQ is better than IQ, right? Availability quotient is better than,
Yeah, intelligence
the
quotient. That's
IQ.
right.
So it's just you start to become aware of a few snippets of I can't, I'm going to give some away. It's like you become available of your own limiting beliefs and how to remove them. You become available to how you've been sabotaging yourself. You become available to what's really underneath, um, you know, this. Who am I? You find
Right.
out a lot of who you become is just, being a person who's been reacting to circumstances and it hasn't been generated from an authentic place.
It sounds
So,
Well, I'm just going to interrupt you real quick and say it sounds a lot like the shamanistic journey. Like I feel
oh,
like
okay.
you've got shaman in you. Did you test galactic shaman at all? Have you taken it yet? Take the quiz and tell me if you come out at galactic
Yeah,
shaman.
I have. Yes, I haven't quite confessed these things, but underneath that, that is definitely there. I mean, even I've been
Yeah.
to Costa Rica over 3 times in the last year, so there's been a
You,
deep journey within this last year, and that the juicing. First off, with the juicing, let me say we don't realize how much energy is consumed in the metabolism and digestion process of food, huh? And that
mm,
alone can hijack the energy that's needed to, get the clarity you need to fulfilling your purpose, to become available, to even heal. Your body needs energy to heal, huh?
yeah.
So that's just a snippet of that. But then in that, I felt a calling to nature, and I definitely feel like nature is my home, and I definitely feel that.
Are you going to be moving to Costa Rica, Travone?
Uh, there's a great possibility. I
I
will have a reference there.
had we've been talking about Costa Rica.
Yeah, we have.
Oh,
Yeah, we
that's
have. Yeah, we have.
amazing.
Yeah. When I was there, I definitely had this very clear, I guess you would say, download. This is home.
Wow.
And when I came back to the States, I definitely felt the discord of living on the grid.
Yeah.
And all these very clear downloads came through about it's just it's not the best place for me.
Well, you're such a sensitive, highly sensitive empath, like being around all of the energy of a big city is just really hard for anyone that sensitive.
Yeah, and these frequencies are something like I just got present for me that I get to be in a frequency of nature, which is the way that it was nature designed it. And
Yeah.
there's something to hearing the birds chirp. There's something to hearing the wind blow. There is, something to hear the trees rustling. There's something to hear the water and the waves crashing. There's something to it all, huh?
There's a lot.
And when we're on the grid, it's a very man-made frequency
Right.
of like cars, emission, sirens and pollution and helicopters, and there's something about that that
And when people
creates
are
it creates distortion
yeah.
in the frequency,
Yeah.
and that can have a lot of us feeling off.
Yeah. Well, and the crowds, like that crowded frequency, there's just a lot of tension that you can feel
Yes,
as an empath.
which begets or creates the conditions for a lot of dis-ease.
Whoa! Did you hear that? That was powerful.
Yes. So remember, dis-ease is just the interruption of ease.
Ooh.
And it's an internal experience that's manifested externally.
Yeah.
So we have this internal dis-ease that manifests as an external condition. However, we often don't know the source of that, and we try to fix things externally when it only can be transformed internally.
I love that. It's just a disruption in your ease. Yeah, we're meant to have lives of ease.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you got to think about it. I mean, there is no birds don't go to see psychiatrists. Bears don't go to see psychiatrists. If you watch these squirrels like just play, they're just in the play of it all. They're not going to seek any therapy for anything that's going on in life.
They're in the Michael Beckwith zone of like all my needs are met all the time, right?
Yes.
They're always nature, there's no feeling of lack. You don't sense lack. They're always just like everything's fine, everything's perfect.
Yeah, the bird never worries about what it's going to eat. Neither does the squirrel. Neither does any of that. And that's something interesting. Humans we'll find reasons to validate why we need to worry. But remember, like we learned, like worrying has no transformational value.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's like the opposite of faith. So
it's you backwards.
Right? Yes, completely. And so if you don't watch that, we've been kind of conditioned in society to, focus on those things, which just doesn't support our highest good. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's sad. It's unfortunate.
It goes back to self-sabotage, though. It's like eating the wrong thing,
Yeah, it is. Thinking our own thoughts.
Right? You've got to have your mind right to get your body right, and vice versa, huh?
Right. Yeah. How's it going? Yes, good. So those are real things. Powerful, powerful, powerful things. But it takes a moment to go within to really realize these things. That, our experience is mind created. Totally. We're experiencing the reflection of our thoughts.
Yeah.
In every way.
Okay.
So that's and like with health, that just takes a level of responsibility. Taking responsibility with it all. Taking responsibility with our thoughts and what we're saying. Because remember, the tongue really that's how powerful you are. Our tongue has the power to speak life and death. It has the power to create and destroy. But what are we saying and what are we thinking?
Right.
And we have to really take responsibility for that. And we haven't, as consumers of television and news and being spoon-fed these things, we've been almost deconditioned to think powerfully for ourselves because we haven't had to. We've been told to follow orders. We follow orders. You get that?
Ooh,
so we literally lack the strength to generate independent and original thoughts for ourselves.
Breaking through that barrier and to start thinking for yourself is a big step.
Oh, yes. Well, like we've heard from Elle Nightingale and like other thought leaders, many would rather die than do that. They'd rather just say, just give me a pill.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And it's sad, but it's just the way it is. But, you know, if you really get committed to or become aware how valuable you are and how magical you are, and there's only one you and never be another you, and only you can deliver what you're here to deliver the way that you can deliver it,
Right.
then there's something that will come alive. It's like, no, my message is needed. I have a voice inside of me. There's a song I need to sing.
And people
And
need to hear it.
people get to hear it. In that, though, many of our frustrations will lead back to us not really singing our song the way we want to sing it, or doing what we truly desire to do.
Not
And
following
so,
purpose.
yeah, not following our purpose, which creates discord,
Yep.
which create dis-ease, which can create some experience of unhappiness inside. And then we don't realize that we take that out on others or make others wrong or judge. And that begets more of that. And so,
Well, I just want to stop for a second and point out to those watching that, like, this is a big important point, is like, you know, you finally get to the point when there is no other path but your soul path. That's it.
yes.
You have to be on your soul path. You can't go back. There's no turning around. You can't put your head in the sand. You've got to step forward in as your highest and best self, because there are people waiting on you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. There is only one you. There'll never be another you. You're unique. You're divinely made.
Right.
You get that? Like, so all, yes. 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 You matter. We all matter. Yes. It is so amazing.
I know there's some people tuning in who want to hear more about, like, your plant journeys in Costa Rica. Can you tell us more about what that was like? Because some of us haven't had that experience.
Yes. Okay. So, okay. Yes. So this is, and we're about to go a little, you guys just be with me, all right? A little bit.
Hey, we go deep here.
This is not common conversation, you know. This is not something I talk about everywhere, because we got to remember first that when there's a lot of there's thoughts or conversations that create cognitive dissonance that's going to interrupt the norm. The frontal lobe shuts down and disconnects and withdraws and puts, "Hey, I'm not available. Check out." Right? But if you be open to allowing your mind to be stretched, open your mind to, hey, what if? Or there's something maybe I can consider here. Then you'll find out that, you know, we live in an unlimited universe. The only thoughts are, the only limits are all self-imposed.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that to get to the space that, as I've learned, that there's more to this world than what appears to the eye. And I started to indulge more just into the plant foods. And I've seen how it's altered my life, like in ways that are just almost unexplainable.
Like,
then you find out, like, when you start to, you really start to get interested in them, then they become interested in you. You become available to what they have to share. And so they hear for us. So if you look at the plants, they're like reaching out from Mother Earth saying, "Here, I'm here for you." Right? Wow. And so as we start to take their hand and grab them and enjoy them and take them in, then things start to become the secrets of the universe. They've been here forever. They've been here longer than you, everybody, right? So there's like information there. And so when they tell your food, they give you secrets, I'm telling you. So when you fall in love with the plants, they start to tell you their secrets. Wow. This is what I'm getting to. Wow. And so as you start to become more interested in that, then they start to tell you more. And then they start to tell things that are not written in books. They tell you things that are not on TV. Yeah. And you start to have this knowing of the secrets of the universe, the secrets about yourself, the secrets about what only you can discover in your experience with them. So it's unique. So it's life altering. Huh?
Really? It's unique to every person then. Everyone has a different experience then.
yes, you will, but there is a galactic intelligence that's there.
Ooh.
And knowing that
Did you guys hear that? A galactic intelligence. Hello.
yes. So yes, there's just so much to tell about that. However, though, so last year was my first year going in with the plant of Yahe, and
Is that different?
it was a blissful, which is also known as ayahuasca,
Okay, all right.
and it was a blissful experience,
Really?
like one of explainable nature. As you give yourself permission to go deeper into the sweetness, and sometimes it can be scary because of what you're about to be shared with. I mean, what is going to share with you, and you're going to have to let go of what you thought you knew of the old world, and you go deeper into knowing more, and you get to be responsible with what you know. And sometimes that can be frightening, but also it can be the greatest liberation of your life. And you it's something that's extremely sacred, and not everyone, it's only when you feel you're called to do so, and really come with a true intention, and the surrendering to it, because the ego wants to keep you safe. We have to know that it wants to keep you safe,
Right.
and
it also
so
wants to keep you limited.
small.
Yeah.
Keep you small.
Mhm.
But you get to let that go and surrender. And so in that surrendering, I was giving, more than I can imagine, and it's still more than I can imagine that's available for me to get. So that's been my experience in many ways. And then I've gone on to do more ceremonies, and it's just, man, we have no idea. We have no idea, like, how connected we are. We have no idea of how this all truly works.
And how
But
much support we
in this
have.
Western, excuse me.
And how much support we have from.
Oh no, it's all here for you. Nature is here for you. Pachamama is here for you. The earth is here for you. It's all here for you.
Yes.
It's all it's moving in a way where it brought me to tears.
Oh,
Like, you get what I'm saying? It's like, even if you think about the experience of grounding, it's like you're allowing Pachamama to hold you and heal you. Like, on those things that you like don't want to let go, it'll take it away from you. It say, here, give it to me. I'm here for you. And it's like, and the animals in nature ground every day. There's no sadness with those. But so let me get back. But yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
is there any, I don't want to like spill all your secrets, but is there any possibility that you might be potentially going to Costa Rica to make these things available for other people?
Yes, that has definitely been a calling for that.
Okay.
Yes, it's yes, for those who are willing, those who are ready, and those who are available.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
we have like no clue.
Like we don't even know like 1/1,000,000th, 1/1,000,000,000th of anything.
Yeah, just say like 90%. There's like, just if you can entertain the idea that you only know, maybe, let's just say, for an example, use number, 1% of what it is to know.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, and that's not even true. Like, it's less than that. But like, even you think about 99% of this experience is unseen.
Yeah, there it is. That's right. That's where it's at.
Yeah. So
Travone,
so yes, that is
let me interrupt you again, because I want to make sure that we get this in, and I know we're short on time, so I want to be like cognizant of this. Like, tell people how, like, one thing I know is really important about your journey is that you went on a bodybuilding journey where everybody in the world was saying, eat protein 10 times a day, you need to eat meat, and you said, screw that, I'm not going to do it. And you were you're a champion vegan bodybuilder. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, we're infinite beings, man. We're infinite beings. And what so let me say, so when I got into this plant world and the plant life, and it's the original life, right?
Right.
When I when I
Right.
got into this, I discovered, okay, so all the sources that we've been taught to go to for protein, what do they consume for protein? And you
Plant.
look at all the cows, they go to the grass. You go to the ox, they go to the grass. The goats go to the hay. The chickens go to the feed, the seed, the grain. And I'm like, wait, hold on. We're going to the secondary source, which is the animal, which is secondary, which is toxic to the body.
Okay, so
All these,
one
which is a
second.
whole conversation about, and many get emotionally wrapped up around that.
No,
But
that's huge.
nature we wasn't designed to consume those things.
Right.
You get that? And so our intestines are 30 feet long. They're not 6 feet long like a lion or a tiger. So that's a whole other conversation, which we
Whoa.
have to probably go into. But we wasn't genetically designed to consume those things. So when we start to look at, okay, well, why can't we just go to the same source that they're going to? Then I was like,
Give
oh,
me the
well, protein is
middleman.
not what we thought protein really is. And
Yeah.
so I was like, wait, hold on. The original source of protein is plants. That
Yeah.
is the source of protein. And I
Right.
said, oh, wow. So it basically had me throw the whole book out on nutrition, because
Yeah.
that was, it wasn't the capital T truth. Let me say
Right.
that.
Yeah. It might have been a
And
capital
so,
L.
right. So when I got interested in discovering it from that place, and now what I thought I knew, a whole new world awakened on nutrition and proper eating. And
Mm,
so what I seen in the world was, that was a subpar way of consuming. That was a flawed way. That was almost a sick way of
right.
achieving a result that wasn't at the expense of your health. Because I would see these guys with inflammation, guts, and things of that nature, and a lot of them didn't live a long time. And I was like, wait, hold on. And so I said, well, what if I just got interested in seeing, can I go this path that's not the popular path? And just be patient with the journey and ask it to reveal its secrets to me. Show me the way. What foods can I consume? How much must I consume? And be a student of that. Then I realized slow is fast. And I
Mm,
was open to something new. I was
mhm.
open to I was available for an awakening. And when I did that, I achieved results that were extraordinary. But I
Mm,
was willing to go to put myself in a process and go through the process in the space of joy, ease, and bliss, and while achieving physical excellence, while doing it while being conscious, and destroying all the so-called ways that it had to be done.
You
And
broke.
so I realized that we are infinite beings, and we don't have to live according to old scripts. You can get interested in a new script. And I did that, and I was declared national overall champion.
Okay, I'm
Like
gonna brag on.
overall, overall of like all the best of the best of the U.S. And in a matter of size, it was just a reflection of excellence. Are you there? Yes. So that's what
Voice
happened.
goes away. Sorry, I'm
And
here.
so yeah. So when I was doing this, something I definitely want to share is that I was present to the light. I was present to excellence. And I wasn't there competing with anybody. It wasn't about a competition. It was just a reflection of excellence and tuning in to divine excellence. And
Right.
so when that happened, it became expressed and radiated. The judges were like, you just shine. It was something about you that was undeniable. Huh?
Your aura.
Yes. And so that, and when I was there, when I was on stage, it was just my friends, just be the light. Just be the
Yeah.
light. Just be the light. And so when that happened, it was like And I will share something. I will share something secret about this. So in my journeys, my plant medicine, I had this, even with this experience with something that's called rapé,
Okay.
in this deep meditation,
Mm.
I heard this very silent whisper, and it said, "You are the one, Travone." And
Wow.
I was meditating in about my championships, and it says it's already yours. Just show up. Just stay consistent with the practice, and it's already done. So I realized that if I can stay in this practice and this frequency, and just wake up every day, and all of what I realized is that I had this awakening that time isn't real, and so it was just staying in the state of meditation as the sun keeps circulating. I mean, as we keep circulating, and the sun goes
Ooh,
up and goes down, and then
right?
I'm just here, just doing this in this
Staying in the
meditation.
vibration of your
And it was
champion.
only so many circulations until that day showed up, until that flight came, until I had to appear on this stage, and
Yeah.
then they hand me what was already there for me. So I
Ooh.
had this bridge between this quantum world and this experiences, and it's like, oh wow. I mean, I don't, but I mean, somebody's here needs to hear that, because that came through to share here right now.
Yeah.
But that was something supernatural about the experience.
That's powerful because I mean, you think about like that's what you did is you tapped into the vibration of your excellence. That's what you do.
Yes, and
That
we're all there. Mhm.
well,
We
but you're
can't. It's possible for all of us.
it's possible. And I mean, Trayvon, like I know, like I really, really, really in my heart of hearts see you big time on all of the media telling your story because this is like what you've done. It was so significant. Do you know how many trainers I worked with who tried to get me to eat meat? And it wasn't until you finally, and you were such an example. Like it can be done. You don't have to follow what everyone else is saying, you know?
No, you don't. I will share this too before I leave here. So if you think about this is what I had, and look, everyone has their own journey, and no one's wrong for whatever you're doing. You're doing what's in flow for you for where you're at right now, right?
Yeah.
So there's no judgment here, right? And I free yourself from that's not necessary. Judgment is just a waste of your energy. It's not a good use of your energy,
Right.
and you got to drink the poison to that anyway. So, anyways, and when I was in this journey, and I started to see meat,
Mm.
it like I said, "Oh wow, humans are cannibals,
Right. We're eating dead things.
cannibals." And I said, "Whoa, like let's really like go like interview what is that?
Yeah. What is it?
What is that carnal nature that's there?"
Yeah.
So when you're in this way, you're doing it maybe passively in this carnal experience through eating this and that, or thinking you're getting it from a burger joint, it's still a carnal nature that's being embedded into your cells, your spirit, your being. That has you be disconnected from other human beings,
It's in
because we're all
attack mode,
life, we're
right?
all flesh. Yes, we're all blood.
Wow.
So how can you really have true love and affinity with that? How can you be available for that when there's this practice there? So I hope that landed clear. I hope that landed. So at the end of the day, all is self,
Well,
right? It's
well, I just want to just stop there for a second because like when you talk about the frequency and yes, there's no judgment, I mean at all. But when you talk about the frequency of meat, it's been killed.
yes,
It
yes, and it's flesh.
hopefully not a traumatic death, but probably a traumatic death. You know what I mean? And like that's imprinted in the cells. And you're taking
Yes,
that cellular structure into your body, right?
yes, yes, that energy of fear and stress and discord. So that's going to be present in your experience. You
Right.
get it? And so we live in a industrialized agriculture system. So there's 99% of the time there is no harmonious way that's being carried on. That's
Right.
been taken on in a harmonious way. But what I'm getting to is that, so when I got present to the plant nature, there's also plant nature's plants are green, right? The heart chakra is green, right? And so when we start to incorporate these things into on a higher level, more frequency, then we have a higher intake of biophotons. And biophotons connect us with other human beings, which activates our sixth sense. On a higher level, we got to disconnect it from that. So we only live with the five senses. So when we have this activation of this heart chakras, there's a higher activation of that. We have more of a, because we know the biggest brain is there, right? And the highest connection exists there. So when that's there, you have a higher connection with other human beings and more with yourself. And you're more present and more available to love.
So caring for your own awakening, caring for yourself involves like choosing high vibrational fruits and vegetables, right?
Yes, a life of that, because it's a life of love, a life of connection. Because biophotons they raise our frequency. It's light energy. You're receiving the information of the sun and the light in these foods, and it's been sitting and bathing and marinating and meditating in this light energy. And so when you bring that into your body,
marinating with water.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
Exactly, because it's necessary, the frequency of that. So it's all ignited because we get more absorption of water that comes through plants and fruits, that we have that water that in those foods, what's combined with those frequencies, it ignites our body, like literally, with new information, with these higher frequencies, which ignites our being.
Right.
You get that?
Right.
And so as we operate in these higher frequencies, become available to higher thoughts, moods, informations, ways of being. You can see things and really recognize, hey, this is not in my highest good. Hey, this is manipulation. Hey, that doesn't land. What they send on TV, oh no, you can feel it right away. Like, oh no.
Yeah.
I'm not available for that.
Well, I mean, well, tell us a little bit about what you're doing. Like, do you have a website, or can people reach out to you, or?
Yeah, so you can find me at first at TELEVEL.com, TELevelUp.com.
Ooh, Travone
you can find me
levelup.com. I love it.
TELevelUp.com. You can find me at Travone Edwards. That's my Instagram handle, TRAVONE Edwards, EDWARDS. That's my handle on Facebook and Instagram. And be tuned, there is an app coming soon. And I realized, that's just right usefulness of technology. Tech haven't been my strong suit. So I definitely love to be in action, grassroots levels, touching, empowering, igniting. And so, however, this technology will allow me to spread that message and impact more lives. So I'm committed to that.
That's important because people need to hear it, Travone. You've just been like, you're such a being of radiant light, and you're such an example of like what is possible as a human being, like to achieve that sort of excellence in all areas of your life. Like you made your mom proud, you know? You did.
Thank you.
I love your mom.
What if everyone just got interested in seeing what's possible?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what if you just got interested in just saying, what if I just keep going?
Yeah.
Versus, and when you start to do that and you start to eat these foods and this practice, you realize the loops you've been in.
Yeah.
We've been in these loops and we've been under these spells and these codes, and you get to like literally wake like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then you see that you are an infinite being. I'm going to say it. So the thing is, what if you just got interested in seeing how high can I go? How infinite can I become? How bright can I become? And letting go of that world of rising and here. Right. That's not the best use of your energy and your time. But if you just you can actually keep doing this.
Yeah.
Or be like the ticker symbol, right? Go up here.
You just keep going.
Keep going up, right? And then on this journey, it's short. But if you do that, oh man, Oh man, oh man, oh man.
So worth it. I mean, you get to shine brightly, and you shine so brightly, Travone. I just really appreciate everything that you are, and I really appreciate your soul, and for all that you've shared with everyone here today. It's just been my pleasure.
My pleasure. Thank you, Rainey.
And
Thank you. Thank you.
Travone, if you do end up going to Costa Rica, please let me know, because I might spend 6 months down there just to like eat fresh food with you. Okay.
Yes. Oh man, it would be one of the greatest gifts you ever gave to yourself.
Wow. I really am so intrigued. I can't wait to hear more.
Something you may love, you may know to hear that it's a
Yeah.
vortex. It's on a grid. If you understanding grids, it's
Oh,
a
for all
meeting.
the
It's a
keepers
meeting right there
bring
in
it
Costa Rica.
out there. Wow.
It's a meeting there.
Ooh.
It's interesting? Why is Costa Rica one of the only countries that don't have a military? It's interesting.
Mm. And it's just so beautiful there. Oh, so gorgeous. And all of the animals and the fruits and vegetables and everything there. It's like, yeah, it's a special place.
Yes. So thank you, Rainey. This has been amazing. I would definitely love to come back for a part two.
Please.
There's so much to share on
Yeah.
this journey, but I really want to go a little bit more deeper
Yeah.
into the mind created universe, and how we will really start to and share on a level that it's not a common conversation about just our physical experiences highly impacted by our thoughts,
Yeah.
and we create many conditions through that avenue, and we're not really aware on things that we're enrolled in through just generationally. They say things run in our family,
Yeah.
and often we get enrolled in that pendulum.
Do you think it's
And
a cellular DNA sort of thing, or do you think it's more of a soul family thing?
um, no, I think it's a consciousness thing. It's an energetic thing,
Mm.
and if we're not aware and we create agreement with that, then we will take that on. You
Ooh.
get that?
Unconscious contracts. Burden
Yes.
and struggle. You hear that? Burden and struggle. Where is this coming from? Possibly an
Yes.
unconscious contract. It's
Yes.
genius.
And so, and that doesn't, you don't have to create an agreement with that. You can create your whole new experience. You can create whatever you desire, but there has to be an awareness there to know that.
Wow.
You get that?
Yeah.
And just when I was working in the hospital, I seen 3 generations all with the same thing, and they were committed. They were certain that it ran in their family, and it's just like,
No, no, no. You see, no. Well, and
yeah.
that's what
So
we're here to do is break stuff. We're here to break the lineage of trauma and suffering and sickness, right?
oh yes, yes, we are. You are. You're here for liberation,
Yeah.
to shine your light, and yeah, we all can be the authors of our future and our experience. So, but we'll be back to share more on that. That's a conversation in itself,
Yeah.
and it's very powerful. Though I think everyone really needs to know that,
Right.
because that's not being taught in modern health, modern medicine. It's not a conversation about that.
Nope.
However, it is the
Structures for
source,
this
though.
new world.
Huh?
We've got to create new structures for the new world. Do you know what I mean? Like, we've got to create,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, we have to, and then it becomes to these teachings and awareness, because like many of them don't know that their bodies, their state of their bodies, reflecting their emotions and
Mhm.
things they're thinking, and if this pain and suffering ran in their family, or these unconscious, like you said, contracts and things like that, they can shift that.
Absolutely.
They can shift that, and they just the awareness that know that, like according to the food pyramid, I thought that that's how we had to eat. That was an unconscious contract, and so I said, who said that?
Right.
Who said
Question
that?
everything. Question
Yes,
everything.
and then as I started to get into that, I said, oh, not so.
I don't think so. This pyramid's off.
And then a whole new world came available out of that, of liberation and freedom, happiness and wellness. And here I am sharing with you.
Maybe you
So,
can create a new pyramid for us.
yes,
We'll look forward
absolutely.
to Travone, the Travone Edwards
Okay.
Nutritional Pyramid.
Yes, and Rainey, I want to thank you. And I've witnessed your just miraculous rising, awakening on this journey. I remember when we were standing in the same complex, and I said, "Look at Rainey now," and there was something there.
Yeah.
I knew it was there.
Yeah.
And however, it's like something the inner you knew.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of you for following that. For following that, even though probably many didn't understand it.
Right.
You know, but you followed that, and look who you've become now, and all the lives you've ignited with your goddess movement and your light work and your book and water codes and things like that. And I told you water codes was ahead of its time.
You're right. People want it now.
Rainey, that when I said that, I said, ooh, she knows something.
This hot.
And so I definitely encourage everyone, tune into that book again. And I definitely encourage a re-release of that.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Yes, because the time is now. This is the time of the truth. This is the age of Aquarius.
Yeah.
And so this time we're here for this time right now.
So we came here for, right?
Yes. All right, Rainey.
Oh, thank you so much, Travone. Have an amazing day. Thank you, everyone. Till next time. Signing out. Bye.